When we wake up, we stay up. Got no time to waste. On the ground, we stay up. Can't let nobody face us. We on the way to lead out. They coming for us. Which street stop to us? Nothing's impossible. That's why they call us dreamers. That's why they call us dreamers.
Hey dreamers, it's me, TahrifaTheDreamer, and today we have a special guest, my dad. And I'm going to interview him about his life and about being my dad and all of that. Say hi to dreamers.
Hi, dreamers.
Okay, so first I'm going to start with your early life. So that would be like when you were born in Trinidad.
Okay.
So, how was it like being the last child or the last boy child in such a huge family?
It was great because basically I had nothing to do, you know. Everybody always pampering me and doing everything for me. So my earlier part of life was really easy and really nice.
And how many siblings you had?
That's hard. In all, I got like 32 siblings.
Okay, how many siblings you grew up with?
Oh, I grew up with 12 siblings.
How would you describe your childhood?
Alright, my childhood was really beautiful, you know. At that time, we could have played a lot of outdoor games. We grew up near to the beach, so we spent most of our time on the beach. Fishing was my main activity. So most of my time was spent in the sea, fishing, bathing, swimming, you know.
Okay. How was it losing your mom so young?
Losing my mom was, I think, the hardest thing ever happened to me. Because I was like 16 and we were together now going to open a restaurant. And two of us was the closest in anything because I never grew up really with friends. So my mom was everything, you know. And losing her is like losing the world, you know. It takes me 2 years before I could really catch back up myself, you know.
Okay, so how was it having your independence at such a young age?
Well, basically I was independent not by choice, but by circumstances. Because at the beginning, well, basically everybody was poor. We didn't have much. So, in order to ease the burden on my mother, and my parents, in fact, I started working at an early age. I was really doing good in school still going to school, still doing good. But I learned how to make money from an early age, how to leverage money, how to, you know, make money come from a lot of different sources. You understand? I learned a lot of skills too. What people don't know about me that some may know I'm multiple skills, because like if I'm seeing you doing something, I'm coming to work by you for free in my younger age, like 14, 15. I'm coming to work with you free and I'm putting 100% dedication because I want to learn. Especially if it's paying a lot, I'm going to put in more effort, sleepless nights, I want to learn. So I try to learn multiple trade so I'll never have to depend on anyone again.
Okay, that's good. When did you buy your first car and what car did you get?
Alright, my first car I bought, it was 2002. Tahrifa was still a child. Neo came back from America, so we went out to eat ice cream. And while there, the traffic was horrendous. We couldn't get a taxi to go home. And from that day, I say, see me, I'm going to buy a car. So I went up to the car dealership and I bought a car. It was a Nissan, well, we call it B14. You understand? Nissan B14, real beautiful. When I came in the village, everybody just loved it. It was nice.
What were your dreams as a child, a teenager?
Alright, my dream as a child, my only dream is not to be poor and not to have my children being poor. Because as I tell you, earlier age we were poor and basically everybody around us were poor. And my biggest fear is being poor or ending up poor. So I spent most of my life generating wealth so I could give my children opportunities that others may not be able to. You understand? Because I don't want them to experience some of the things I experienced when I was younger. You understand? For instance, I'm going to give you an instance. It may sound bad to you, but then that's what it is. We were so poor at the time that I was young, like 3 years. My mother had she had 14 children. Well, she had 12. I am a little sister too last, right? So that's 14. And nothing to eat. And she went to the marketplace, but I know it was wrong what she was doing because it's unshameful, because she sent me to pick up the old potato in the heap with the dump, and then she bring it to her and she will peel it and think, you know. And so we was able to have a meal for that week. And from then I know something was wrong, and I don't want to go through this experience again or see one of my family go through the experience again. So from that, I started my journey on building wealth at the age of 3.
Okay, so now we're going to go to your adult life in Trinidad, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when you married my mom, how did that change your life?
Marrying your mom didn't change my life. Marrying your mom changed her life. Because I brought her into independency before. The way she grew up, they were dependent on, their parents grew them up the old way, dependent. You understand? I always knew I loved her, and she's somebody I could go forward with. So, basically, I was already prepared for it. I was a man, you understand? Because at the early age, I was independent, minding myself. I had my home. So, basically, it's now just doing the things that I learned from experience from the older people I used to be around. You understand? Building my life. I tell you, everything I told her come true. I said we'll have kids, we'll make them 6 years apart, we'll go America and live, we'll be able to get them the opportunities we didn't get. And everything I did, we did. So basically, I changed her life because this was always part of my life. You understand? This was always my dreams, always know what I was going to do.
Okay. Do you have any regrets? How would you do it over?
Yes, my biggest regret is not learning financial or gaining financial wisdom at a younger age. Yes, I was making the money, but yet I was spending it back. I didn't know nobody around was to teach me about investment. And I did investment, yes, but not big investment where I could be financially free at a younger age. So if I do get a chance again, I will go college and learn business management. You understand? So I can manage the conglomerate that I'm going to build for my kids and their kids.
Next question is, how was it almost dying? So explain how you almost died and how it went for you.
First of all, almost dying was the best thing ever. You understand? I inherited illness from my mother. It's called hypothyroidism, but I didn't know. But it used to affect me, a lot. And I lost like 100 pounds. I was working offshore in the oil fields in Trinidad at that time. I lost 100 pounds. My eyes never used to close when I was sleeping, and my whole body was shaking. So it was 2 days before my birthday, 2005, April 2005. I was offshore, and everything was normal to me. But the day before, I was extremely tired, but everything was normal. So when I come out on the boat, on the platform to work, all of a sudden, something went wrong. But they said like a fall, got up. The last time I didn't know what happened because they sent a chopper to medevac me from the platform straight to the hospital. And I'm going to share experience that happened the time I was done, right? When I fell, somehow I ended up in China. But don't know how, don't know what it is. If somebody could explain to me, I'd like that. And I saw my 2 children begging. Like the place was dirty like a nuclear bomb drop, and they were begging. So I told them, what you all doing here? And they said, well, you died and you left us. And I said, I'll never die and leave you all. Never die and leave you all. But at the same instant, I was lying on the ground and cannot walk. And I say in my mind, I cannot die and leave my kids. Cannot die and leave my kids. And while saying that, I saw myself as an army general walking towards me while I lying on the ground and tell me, get up, soldier. If you want to live, get up. So I tried to get up, but I can't get up. And he told me something I just said to myself, is only the strong to survive. And he stamped me in my chest. Like, take his foot and stamp me with all his might, nearly broke my bones. So I'm arguing with him, why hitting me? I'm done. I say, if I only could get up here, I'll beat the living right off here. And he hit me, I kick him my ribs. And like, he broke some of my ribs. And I'm saying, if I only could get up here, I'm weak. Get up if you're strong. Get up and fight. And I so happened to get up on my knees. You understand? And he hit me again. But this time my strength came back and he hit me again and I stand up. And as I stand up then, all of a sudden I woke up in the hospital with the doctor shouting my name, Mr. Austin. And she said, we thought we lose you there for a while. Your heart wasn't beating for a while. We was not going to pronounce it dead. And I'm like, where am I? I'm supposed to be on the boat. No, they say no, you was medevac in a helicopter to shore and you have an illness, you'll never be able to work again in life. That's what they said, but they don't know me.
Okay, why do you love Trinidad?
Actually, be honest with you, I do love Trinidad. The reason being, I wouldn't say actually Trinidad, I love Trinidad, I'll say the leaders in Trinidad. Because the leader in Trinidad right now is obsolete for the new world. And the education they receive in the 60s, hey, the little cat out of the cow jump over the moon, have no place in this modern world, technology and information world. We need youths to run the country. So what I'm seeing, our country is the largest producer of methanol, largest producer of ammonia. We are 14th largest in natural gas. We have so much energy and resource in our country, and we're not enabling the youths or giving the youth an opportunity to come forward and take our country into the 21st century then.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about move to America.
Okay.
Why do you love America?
The reason why I love
Or why
America...
you wanted to move to America?
Alright, I didn't actually want it. When I was younger, my dream was to come to America. But after I learned so much of skills back in Trinidad, I was making a lot of money anyway. Had car, was doing good. So I put off, so I used to just basically come and spend little holidays every year, go back. You understand? But due to my illness now, it changed everything because the treatment for my illness didn't have it in Trinidad. You understand? And I was at the stage of dying if I didn't stay to take the treatment. The treatment took everything took 2 years. You understand? Before I could totally catch up myself. But America have so much opportunities. Because I left Trinidad, came to America, went to school for a year, opened a company while I'm in school. You understand? Build website, did everything to end up one of the most recognized HVAC tech in my area, my city, Philadelphia. You understand? That freedom is not allotted in our country. Our country, America, designed for people to succeed. They make everything easy for you to succeed. Our country, the English system make it kind of hard to, everything is hard to get through. Schooling, you had to fight to get a loan. In America, you just call a school and schools are lining up for you, ready to go to school. There's so much opportunities. You can come here, sweep the street and make money. So, look, salvagers, some of the salvagers are the biggest. The people dump rubbish, things you dump, they pick up and sell it over, and they become millionaires. So I want to give my children the best opportunity possible. And the best opportunity possible for me at the time was in America. So I made the sacrifice, give up everything, house, car, everything that didn't matter, and start over from scratch and build back 10 times more than what I had. You understand? And all that's going to be passed on to my children, starting generation wealth. You understand?
Okay, let's talk about being an HVAC tech. So how did you find it and how did you fall in love with it?
Okay. While I was in the hospital with my illness, they sent a nurse to spend the night with me, but I didn't know at the time it was actually a suicide watch because people with my illness tend to commit suicide a lot. And I and her was talking, and she asked me what you want to do. I said, well, basically, I just want to build something that my kids could always have. You understand? So when I came out of the hospital, treatment done, I wanted to be a real estate agent because that was a highest paying job in America at the time. Called about 10 schools, all was full. But one of the schools, the woman said, have you ever tried HVAC? I said, ma'am, I don't even know what that means. But I like challenges. So she said, here, do come to the school, see what it is, and if you like it, we'll hook you up. I went to the school, saw the classes, saw the arrangements, saw the machines, never saw a heater in my life. Just look at it, and just the challenge. I love challenge. I say, okay, I'll sign up. She sent me to do a test. I passed one time. They secure a student loan for me, and I started. When I started, remember it's 20 years I didn't go to school. I left school. So first they gave me maths. The maths came back a little slow to me. You understand? But I say, you know what? I had to master this for my kid's sake. So start YouTube, Google every night. YouTube, Google, YouTube, Google. And in 2 months, I was the head of the class, leading the class in everything. Graduated one of the highest in the class. Well, the highest, in fact, in the class. You understand? The guys from that school, teachers from, well, when I actually finished the course, they asked me to come back and teach. But the reason why I didn't go back and teach is because they pay like $20 an hour. You understand? I don't want to do that. I didn't go to school for a year to make $20 an hour. Like when they asked us, the career guidance woman asked us, she asking everybody in the class, well, what you want when you finish the course? Guys saying, well, they want to work for a company free to learn more. And some saying, I don't mind working with $12 an hour for like a year. So when she reached me now, she said, Joseph, she said, what about you? I said, miss, I'm not coming to school for 12 months to go work for somebody. I'm going to open my own company. They all laugh because I'm a foreigner and newly in the country. I have an accent. They all laugh. So I stand up and I said, one day, you all are going to send me your resume. And I'll look at it, tear it up, and throw it in the bin. You understand? I invest every cent I had. Work day and night, open a company, build my website, get a lead generator. And in 1 year, I had over 600-700 clients already. You understand? The same guys from the school now start calling me. Ain't realizing it's my company they're calling. And asking me for work, And I just said their resume, where I went. And when I watch, they went to school with me, their resume, I just share them, put it in a bin. And I'll call them and tell them, you all didn't believe in me. Because when I asked you all to come, let's build a company together. You understand? You all telling me I now come have a foreign accent, why we're building a company. You understand? But there's 1 or 2 fellas who's there with me, and everybody from school called me back and asked me advice if they're having problems. You understand? The teachers called me and asked me like if I want to give some guys some training, if they could come along. I said, well, yes, but the insurance won't permit it. You understand? So if they come in, I have to sign a relief form that I'm not responsible if they get injured or anything. But HVAC, I think, although I didn't know what HVAC was, I was made for HVAC. Because it comes so easy to me. Like just the other day in front of my daughter, I troubleshooted a unit for a guy in Connecticut. And he's so far over the phone, And people wonder how I have that skill to make them understand what it is going on, So I think HVAC was actually made for me and I for HVAC.
So let's talk about fatherhood. So how were you when you first became a father versus before that? So how did it change you? How was it for you? And how old were you?
All right. First, I was like, I can't remember. I think I was like 22 or 23 when I had my first kid. And I'll tell you this. I was always a father, like to my nephew, niece, and them. Like to me, I was always a father. So I was always prepared and, I always know what to do and know the sacrifices I have to make, you understand? But when my first child was born, I made a promise to myself that I'm going to spend the rest of my life working towards building a future for them. You understand? That they won't have to work again for nobody, or I'll try my best to educate them the best. My first daughter, she went to college, did good. Second daughter went to college, did good. My third son, well, he's still in transition, leaving a school from Trinidad, coming to America. So he's only 14, so I want to see, well, what is his outcome? He's a little on gills now, so his mind isn't there. But father to me is like, they are an extension of me, right? And my job is to give them the tools to carry on the family lineage throughout history then. My life is to make their life easier, 10, 15,000 times easier than mine. And leave them with something that they could pass on to their kids too. That, build generation wealth. So I dedicate my life to my kids. I have no life. I don't party. I don't go nowhere. All I do is work, put aside money for them, make sure they have the opportunities when it comes up for them to take it.
Okay, so you say how you like to be by yourself, right? So you prefer to live alone or live with us?
Well, all in my family. My family is everything. You're miserable, yes, but if I live by myself, then I will have no aim. It will just be me, and maybe I might just get dormant and be redundant, doing the same thing over and over. But now with my family, it had challenges. When different situations arise, I have to rise above it, and I have to be the main provider or the educator or the person to direct them into the right decision, you know. So,
Who's your favorite child?
my favorite child is the guy on the $100 bill, Benjamin Franklin. It have no favorite with me actually. It's a duty I have to do. You understand? It's not a favorite. I like to see everybody progress. And the one who progresses the most is the one I help the most. It's simple as that. It have no favorite or nothing. I don't work on emotions. You understand? You progress and you want to progress, I'm there with you 100%. You want to play the fool, I'm not there. It's simple as that.
Okay. What's your biggest mistake as a father?
Biggest mistake as a father is not preparing for my kids earlier. Like the basic white American, what they do, they go college or go to school until they're like close to 30, like 29, 30. Build everything, have a career, buy a house, you know, then they're married, buy a house and settle down. So they have a career, everything, and they go to school until, so where they started with a high growing pace already, close to like 100,000 a year. Now, with that now, they can secure a loan for the kids, for the college, they can buy cars for the kids, they can buy everything, you know, they can give the kids the real tools to move on. And I'm behind. I'm still fighting to reach it, although I know start to catch up. But I supposed to be give my kids the opportunity to go to school until they're like 29, 30, support them, take care of them, get them all the tools. And that's my biggest mistake is I didn't understand that. Nobody never taught it to me. I thought when I finished school at 17, that was it. You go get a job. You understand? But now that I reconfigure my mind through the law of attraction and I listen to all the gurus, what they say, I now kind of understand what it takes to be a father.
Okay, what's the best thing about being a dad or what's the worst thing about being a dad?
The best thing about being a dad is when I challenge my daughter, Tahrifa, to any challenges, she rise above it. You understand? And I'll push her hard, but every challenge I give them, they rise. I love to see my children rise against the challenge. I like to see them believe in themselves. You understand? I have another daughter, she's back in Trinidad. She was shy and timid and she didn't believe in herself. And you know, I deal with her and I give her the confidence, help her get the confidence that for her to believe in herself. Anything they want to do, I support. You understand? And I'm proud when they do good. You understand? At a young age.
Okay, what's the worst thing about being a dad?
The worst thing about being a dad is every responsibility is on me. So I can't call out sick. I work with a broken ankle already. I work with terrible headaches already. I can't call out sick. I have to go. I work in snow that is like, well, oh my God, 3 feet of snow already. I got lost and nearly froze to death already because that's what it takes. I have to do what I do. I don't believe in saying I can't do this or saying, making excuses. I work in blizzard already. I was stranded on the road a lot of times, ran off the road nights after nights. But I have to do. It's nothing. It's my lifestyle. You understand? Preparing for my kids is my lifestyle. It's not something that I wake up on one and I say I can't do. It's part of my daily routine. Just like when I get up in bed and do everything, preparing for my kids is basically my daily routine. If I set a goal, sometimes I set a goal of $1,000. I'm not coming home until I make $1,000. Not. You understand? Because in order to get something better, you always have to give up something good. I rather give up sleep to give my kids the life that other people can't give their kids.
Okay. Do you think you're a good dad?
I'm a good... I'll say I'm a good dad because a lot of other people in life, other kids in life say they wish I was their dad. I may not be the best dad, but I'm real understanding and they can talk to me, can tell me basically anything and I don't get angry with them. I don't judge them. You understand? It's at things like, look, my son is 14 years cursed. You know, some parents can get on. I bypass all that because I want them to be free as free thinkers. You understand? So I give them a lot of freedom. But if they overstep any bound, I'll step in and say, you know, that's not right. The direction you're going is not right. But basically, I let them grow on their own. Let them learn on their own. You understand? Whatever direction they want to take, I'm there 100% if it's positive. If it's negative, I just stay away from them and that's it.
Okay, what advice you want to give to your kids and your grandson?
Alright, to my kids and my grandson, I want to give you this first advice. Wages go earn you a living, but profits go earn you a fortune. Never work for somebody else. You understand? Work for yourself. Even if it's picking up rubbish on the street, do it for yourself. Don't waste your life making other people rich, that they can send their kids to college. You struggle through your thing. It takes 7 years for a company. It takes 7 years to be a professional. If it's a doctor, whatever it is, a company open, it takes 7 years before a company really make a profit. So I'll advise you all, make that 7 years sacrifice. You understand? Go through it. And automatically after 7, 8, 9 years, everything gonna turn like a wheel. Everything you put in place is gonna turn like a wheel. And you're gonna generate wealth. And you'll be so free. You know? They'll free up your time. You won't be stuck to a 9 to 5 job. You won't have no boss. You understand? If you can't do something, hire somebody who's more educated than you to do it. Even though you have to pay them double. Let them do it for you. You understand? Always be around the right people. Be around the right minds. Never gossip with people. And then I see people gossiping, stay away from them. Anytime you see people blaming others for the problem, stay away from them. Them are not the people you want to be around. You want to be people around people who way advanced than you, that you stretching your mind to be like them. You understand? Because as Jim Ron say, you are a factor of the 5 friends you keep. So if you have 4 broke friends, use the 5th broke one. You understand? If you have 5 rich friends, soon you'll be rich like them. You understand? As I say, birds of a feather flock together. And I want my kids to be independent. I don't want them to believe in religion. I don't want them to take part of politics. They must be free thinkers. You understand? I want you to be free thinkers. Don't corrupt yourself with religion and this Jesus story and all those Nancy story. Be free. Treat everybody fair. Be good to everybody. And don't be destroyers, be helpers. You understand? Always try to help somebody up. Never look down on somebody. Never discriminate against somebody.
Okay, the last question is, how do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as a teacher, because I've helped so much of people understand how it is to make money then. Like, since I come up here, well, I have one, he grew up with his stepfather, then his father never really taught him nothing. But I saw so much of potential in him. You understand that I took him and carried him to work. And he started to excel a lot, you know, and I keep on explaining to him, you don't have to work with me. Go open your own company, you understand? Because I realized his intellect was higher than all the rest of the guys. And he grasped the understanding of it, but just he was mentally young still, and he's still acting like a child, probably because he wasn't around a lot of men. You understand? And one day he went and did a job on his own, and he actually texted me and thanked me and said, boy, with everything you teach me, I learn here, look at baby money on my own. And I was glad to help him in the transition to open his own company. And he's making money on his own. Next partner just opened his own company, him and his wife. Open his own company, help people get the qualifications and thing when they didn't have the money. I'll actually lend them up to $1,000 and say, well, here to do. Go do this. Stop looking for work because they're not getting work, people, you know. Go do this course. Have a paper in your hand that you're qualified and you're hireable then, you're accessible then. If you don't have a qualification, if you have low skills, you know, we get low wages, simple as that. I have multiple skills. When I tell you, when I price things, sometimes my family just wonder, well, but you just went in there for like 5 minutes and you come out with like $800 in your hand. You see, I get paid for what I know. You have companies call me already. Bigger companies than me, they can't solve a problem. And I'll go call a price, give me $2,000, I'll come out now. Their contract is dependent on it. I go out there and I can 2,000 5 minutes in 5 seconds. Find the problem. I'm good at troubleshooting, and I want my kids to be good at that. I want them to learn. Every night on YouTube, if it's not affirmations, I'm learning something new. I don't have a single trade that I cannot do. I can build a complete house. I did it over and over again. Build complete houses on my own. I understand? I work offshore, oil rigs, flew in helicopter, work for AT&T, what are AT&T and Sprint top, HVAC tech. You understand? So I just want my kids to use the life on earth to better themselves every day. I want everybody around me to be successful. I don't like to see poverty, and I don't like to see people who don't know. Information is out there in the technology age. You all get on a computer, do a course. I woke up my daughter one morning. Tarifa, I have a course for you to do. She said, yes, Dad. Send her to do the course. She did it, passed, got a state license, and now she's starting a whole new career. You understand? Because she stepped up to the challenge. What if she had said that to the daddy tomorrow? The days would have still passed, tomorrow everything would have passed, and she would have been, now she is excited on a new journey. You understand? So you never know where you could reach. So try something.
Okay, so that is all for my interview with my dad. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up below.
And remember to subscribe.
And subscribe. I make videos on Tuesdays and Saturdays.
And
So
share.
Click the,
Share.
click the bell next to the subscribe button for post notifications to more videos.
And share to your friends. This may inspire them. Share to your sisters, cousins, uncles, everybody.
Okay, that's all. Okay, bye.
And remember, comfort, cooling, and heating. Call us 267-505-9552.